Yo, welcome back to my channel guys, Birdnos here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're gonna be making our own BTD5 tier list. I've been planning this video for a while and I'm finally making it. Be sure to drop a like and comment if you agree or disagree with my list. Remember, we are all individuals and have different opinions. Let's get started. First off, if you don't know how tier lists work, basically S tier is for essential towers. So towers that you almost need in every playthrough. And F tier are garbage towers. Towers that you're better off staying away from. I'm only going to take into account max paths of each tower. So only 4 2s and 2 4s. Also, abilities, cost, and placement is going to be a huge factor. I won't include specialist buildings in today's video because it changes everything about towers. So let's get started with our dart monkeys. The 4-2 dart monkey is the Juggernaut. This is a hard one because it does 5 damage to ceramic, but it's not so good for space balloon or Moab types. This is usually used set to last and in a map with some type of straight line as you're watching right now. So we can see here some ceramics and well, they do a lot of damage to ceramics, but they can't pop all the balloons inside of course. They have a really slow attack speed, so if they're stacked, they can take care of big balloon groups. Here we have more ceramics and look how they shred through them. They absolutely destroy ceramics, but because of the slow attack speed, we're leaking a lot of lives still. So it's best for a support tower in my opinion, so I guess I'll be placing it in C tier. It is also really cheap and great for lead detection early game. 2-4 Dart Monkey, aka Super Monkey Fan Club. Our first ability, it transforms 10 Dart Monkeys to Super Monkeys for roughly 20 seconds. Also, out of ability, we have triple darts with 3 pierce each, I believe. Perfect to shred through Moabs and hard rounds like 63 and 76. A nice thing with them is that you only need one ability, and that ability actually transforms all of these super monkeys, as you're gonna see right now. Look at those triple darts. Let's check it out with a BFE right now. So let's send a BFE. And they shred through it. Now let's send a CMG. The ability is still going. And let's get it back. Okay. Okay, so it's not that good for CMGs, but it's not gonna be the only tower you have in place. We have camo detection in both dart monkeys, but sadly we don't have any lead detection with this one. Anyway, I think it's better than the jug, and the ability is OP, so I'm gonna be ranking this one in B tier. This one is also more expensive, but it's totally worth it. Next up, 4-2 tack shooter, the Ring of Fire. Great lead detection, it emits a literal ring of fire around it, and it's perfect for corners and round maps. We shed through leads no problem. We also have a great ceramic popping power, but it still leaks a lot, so we actually need to get more of them. As you can see, I sent a lot of ceramics right there and we had no problem. But we literally have a wall of fire right now. We have great popping tower and lead detection for 4k. Great starting power. Sadly, it's not too good against Moab class. It is a solid B tier, but Fan Club are better in my opinion. So I'm gonna place it right after the Fan Club. Now for the Maelstrom. Excellent tower early game. We can pretty much defend pinks with a couple leaks. But it starts struggling a lot with zebras. We have our second ability, which is the Maelstrom. It has infinite pierce and is perfect for ceramics and group balloons. Best for the back of the map. The ability can shred through ceramics with ease, but sucks with leads of course. I'll put it in D tier only because lead detection sucks, but the ability can be a lifesaver to be honest, especially against ceramics. Next up, the 4-2 sniper. Fun fact, the art on the snipers are my favorite of all the game. I just love ghillie suits. Anyway, cripple Moab. You should only set this one to strong. It makes 18 layers of damage. That means it can one-shot a ceramic, and it has a bit of styling for Moabs. It can pop a Moab in 13 shots, counting the ceramics inside. It is extremely expensive, and it doesn't work very well if there's only one of them. You should have an army of them if you really want them to make progress. The one thing I love about snipers is that they have infinite range and are also really small, so you can pack them together for extreme damage and Moab styling. Okay, so we have 9 snipers right here. Only 3 of them are set to first. So yeah, let's send a CMG. You can see the styling is not that good actually for CMGs with 9 of them. But nevertheless, we're shredding through these Moabs. I'm gonna place this one on D tier. Great support tower, but not too good when it's alone. And it has to be above the Maelstrom, of course, even though it's way more expensive. Now 2-4 Sniper. We have a money-making machine. Great for microing if you're not playing with farms, probably in a challenge monkey or something, and also shoots extremely fast and deals 7 layers of damage. These grades give you from 500 to 2000. It's completely random. It is also a good support tower, although making it your main source of popping power can be hard because of the price. It could work in long maps, just make sure you have different targetings for each sniper. I'm thinking low B tier for this one. Next up, Glaive Lord. It adds 2 blades that fly around it, and it has Glaive Ricochet, and also detects camo. I think overall it's an okay tower, but you need a good placement. Like this one right here. We can pretty much defend infinite rainbows, but when it comes to ceramics, we're screwed. The spinning blades don't do as much damage as we would like, and it is also really expensive, almost 10k, but it has camo and lead detection. So only for that I'm giving it a D tier, I think. But I think it's slightly better than the sniper. I don't know, man. Probably the sniper is at the same level for me. I mean, yeah, I'll just say that. The 4-2 sniper, that is. Next up, Turbocharge. Yeah, this one sucks. It has a turbocharge ability, but unlike BTD battles, it still can't detect camo balloons. It is okay against normal and lead balloons though, but sucks overall without ability. I'll give it E tier. It's okay early game, but sucks later, especially if you don't have a village or a meerkat spy. Moving on, we have the Bloon Jitsu. Throws 7 shurikens at a time and 6 balloons. Great popping tower. It also has extraction, which sends balloons to the start of the map. It can also defend pretty well against ceramics, but has no lead detection, sadly. It's actually one of the better towers in the game, in my opinion. It can also shred through Moab class balloons when you have at least 2 side to side. Not so expensive after all, and detects camo from the start. Let's send a BFB now. Look at that. They're just done for, man. Finally, of course we can't defend the CMG, but let's just see where they stop. Yeah, maybe with one more we could be able to pop that. The best ability in the game probably. The OG Stalin Tower. Sabotage supply lines. This ninja throws a flash bomb that paralyzes balloons for 3 seconds. Also pops lead and camo leads, of course, which in combination with Bloonjitsu shreds. The Sabo ability is extremely OP, making hard rounds like 63 and 76 a breeze. It slows down balloons to half speed, and balloons that were already in the map, and new balloons too. I'm thinking this one is an S tier as well, only because of the ability, because its popping tower sucks. I think I'll place it right after the Bloonjitsu, only because its popping tower sucks, as I said. Bomb towers can be hard to use sometimes, because the range affects everything here. Balloon Impact, however, paralyzes balloons like the Flash Bomber, and because it has cluster bombs, it has a wide area of effect. Sucks against mobs though. Really good early game tower, and maybe personal preference, but it should be set to close for better effects. I almost never use this tower. It is an AT for me, sorry. It could be useful in certain situations, but like, yeah, you're better off not using it at all. The Moab Assassin is one of the only towers I used when I started playing, because I thought it was the best against Moabs. And it is really good, don't get me wrong. There are just so many better towers available. The ability can destroy a single Moab, but leaves the ceramics run freely. If there are a lot packed together or dealing with good Moabs, they can shred. The ability can also pop a BFB, but it takes 5 abilities to pop a CMG. I like that it has fragmentation, so we can sometimes pop blacks and zebras, but it isn't enough for a high tier tower for me. I'll give it a solid D. And yeah, I'm not talking about my D. I'll probably place it, you know what, I'll change it to a low C, probably even lower than the Jug. I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's way more expensive for lead popping tower, but the ability can also destroy one Moab. I'll keep it this way. Next up, we have Viral Frost. Oh my god, guys, I love both of these upgrades, but let's start with Viral Frost. If having a really long range and slowing everything down wasn't enough, Viral Frost also freezes balloons that touch a frozen balloon, if that makes sense. So I'll send this one and then all of them. As you can see, when they touch the frozen balloon, they freeze too, even though they aren't in range. That makes it a great styling tower early game and working perfectly as a support tower. It can suck that most monkeys can't pop frozen balloons, but those that can are benefited from this. I'll send ceramics now. As you can see, ceramics have no chance, but when they turn into zebras, it's pretty much useless. It only slows them down, but isn't able to pop them. It does some Moab damage, but it isn't enough, and the upgrades are super expensive. Anyway, this tower is a perfect support tower, and I made up my mind to make it an A tier. Also, combining one Viral Frost with Ice Shards is absolutely OP. Perfect transition to talk about Absolute Zero, another styling ability which is OP, and it isn't even that expensive. As I mentioned before, combining both ice towers is OP. Let's start first with some ceramics with some LEDs. The bad thing about this tower is that you have to time it correctly, so you don't have legs like this one, but you are able to pop zebras and whites. Now let's see how they do when a Viral Frost is in the middle. And let's send ceramics first. Yeah, they stand no chance at all. Now let's send a Moab. They don't make a lot. When you send a Moab with some balloons below, they can shred through it thanks to the ice shards. Overall, I'm giving this one an A2. I'd only give them S tier if they work together, but this is a single tower tier list, not combos. Let's keep going. One of those towers I think everyone loves. Ceramics are basically useless, and when a Moab is popped, it melts everything inside. That's right, I'm talking about the balloon liquefier. The splatter gives it the power to shoot 6 balloons at once, and the liquefier melts every balloon 10 layers per second. So yeah, it is definitely S tier. No camo nor Moab detection, but just look at this. I'm gonna get a Moab assassin and I'm gonna send a Moab and use the ability so it pops the Moab and we have the ceramics inside. Just look at this. Yeah, they stand no chance. I mean, 10 layers per second, that's OP, man. Ceramics got nothing on my boy here. If only it detected Moabs like in BTD battles, but oh well. I'm thinking I'll place it probably even on top of these guys. Yeah, it has a lot of popping power, even more than the Bloonjitsu. Now the 2-4 glue isn't that good. It is almost half as cheap, but there simply isn't enough damage. It acts better as a support tower, but might as well just buy one liquefier and you're good. The ability isn't that good either. It has the glue storm, but doesn't affect Moabs either. You better get an Absolute Zero or Sabo. This tower is definitely an F tier. I'm sorry. Just look at this with ceramics. It could be good early game for like pinks or I don't know, probably rainbows, and it's definitely an okay support tower, but yeah, you shouldn't get this one. I mean, it covers all the balloons on screen because the glue hose can get to 9 balloons, but yeah, look at that, it's just not worth it. The ceramics probably get to like half the layer, I don't even know, man, but look at this. The glue storm, it doesn't affect Moabs either, so yeah, this one's definitely F tier. We get to a fan favorite, Monkey Buccaneers. The 4T aircraft carrier is actually pretty good, not gonna lie. It spawns 3 little monkey aces that fly around it and shoots grape shots when in range. It has no lead detection whatsoever, and it costs 15k for the final upgrade. Also, you need water for this one. Yeah, I'm thinking this one is a high B tier, only because it has no lead detection. It's extremely expensive and you need water. It's a great support tower, don't get me wrong, it's just extremely expensive. So I'm thinking this one's actually... I'll move the Ring of Fire here just to get the sniper and the aircraft carrier over there. Yeah, let's keep going. Next up, Monkey Pirates. The 2-4 Buccaneer might be a little bit better because even though it can't pop a mob on this same map on its own, it has one of the most broken abilities, which just disappears a BFB or Moab on screen. The ability is what I'm talking about. So just look at this. And it can also be like all the way up here and it still pulls the BFB. And the camo gives it lead detection and it is almost 2 times cheaper than the aircraft carrier. I give it low A tier only because popping power ain't that good and you need water. Next up we have the Spectre. It is literally an AC-130. It has infinite range and bomb rapid fire. It also has camo detection and cap Moabs like they're red balloons. It struggles a little bit with CMGs though, but it is great to place them at the back of the map. I'll give it an A tier too because it is really expensive. Even the 3-2 is expensive early game and you basically need a 4x for lead detection, which means you can't survive early game with only aces. Also, yeah, I'm thinking this place is okay for it. Yeah, I guess. Now the Operation Dart Storm. 10 out of 10 ability. It shoots darts in every direction and does it extremely fast. No lead detection, sadly. Only those stupid pineapples. And now for the ability. It can save your life. It drops a bomb like it's Nagasaki for real. It obliterates mobs, but need 2 of them to defend against BFBs. I'd say this is B tier, but seriously, the ability brings it up to A tier. Probably in the same level as the Spectre. They're pretty much the same. As you can see, it's like tickles for them, but as soon as we drop the bomb, yeah, they're out, bro. Now for BFBs, yeah, it's tickles as well. Then let's pop one of them. Almost half. And let's get the other one. Yeah, they're gone. You know what? I'll probably get this one a tier better than the Spectre, just because of the ability and because it is a couple of thousand cheaper, I think. I can't remember right now, but I think it is. Okay, literally the face of the game, the Temple of the Monkey God. I remember back in middle school, we were all crazy about this tower, and they're pretty much essential to almost every late game end game playthrough. This is going to be really hard, to be honest, because on its own it's basically useless, without sacrifices that is. But when you sacrifice all the towers needed to get a max temple, well, then it's definitely S tier. So I don't even know where to put this. Or should I get 2 of them? You know what? It's my video, so yeah, max temple is going in S tier, but the vanilla temple is going F tier. It's just not worth it whatsoever. Let's see a comparison. So let's start with a... It can't even pop it? Oh, okay. Well, it popped all the BFB layers, but mobs went through. So now let's prepare our max temple right here. If you don't know how to do this, you basically need 5 bomb towers, 3 glue gunners, 1 more super monkey, but the right path, 3 ice towers, 3 monkey wizards or apprentices, whatever. And I think that's it. Yeah. And you need to get all of them to the left path to max. So let's get Bloon Impacts, then let's get the Arctic Winds. Now we can get our liquefiers. And there we go, this is a max temple, if you don't know. And let's just sacrifice it. Let's see how it does. Okay, so let's go for a Moab. Wow, and the BFB. Okay, and the CMG. Yeah, as you can see, it's extremely OP. The only downside with the max temple is that it's around 250k with all the sacrifices. But you should totally get them if your plan is to go late game. So I'll just get 2 of them and let's place it. 250k is really expensive, but you should totally get it. Yeah, there's just no way, man. Now we have the Tech Terror, and I'm just gonna say right now, it's definitely S tier. Way cheaper than the temple. It has crazy pierce and the ability destroys everything in its radius. The only bad thing is that it doesn't have camo detection, but just get a Meerkat Spy or Village and you're all set. Let's see how it does against a Moab. Okay, FBFB. Okay, it lagged a bit, but let's see a CMG. Yeah, we can't pop it. Let's see how the ability works here. With a couple, there are like 8 CMGs right here. So as soon as they get to this middle part, I'm gonna use the ability. I'm thinking right now. Yeah. Oh, it does nothing at all. Okay, so I messed up. I'm thinking I'm gonna get another one. Okay, so you need 2 abilities to pop a CMG layer. But let's see how it does against BFBs, I guess. Okay, I think I sent 6 of them, and it's gonna start with the shooting right now. So, oh shit. Okay, he destroys BFBs with 1 ability. So yeah, this one's definitely S tier. I'll keep it. I don't know, man. Probably it's better than the Bloonjitsu just because it's a super monkey and, well, it has a lot more popping power and that ability is actually really useful and you can micro it really easily. Next up is the Tempest Tornado. It launches a big tornado that pushes back all balloons to the beginning. plus all the other popping power that it has. I mean the intense magic, the fireball, and the lightning. I actually like this upgrade more than the phoenix, but it should only be placed at the end of the map. It is also sacrificable to the temple. So I'm thinking it's going to be a B tier, probably. Only because the popping tower ain't that good alone. And yeah, for this one I'm thinking, yeah, all the way back here. Now the Summon Phoenix. Great against ceramics and Moab class balloons, but it struggles a bit against BFBs in general. The Apprentice isn't too good late game. I'll have to place it B tier too, right next to the other wizard. This map is also really hard for them because it has 2 lanes, but let's see what the Summon Phoenix ability does. Okay, let's pop it right now. Yeah, I mean, this map is probably not the best to try this yet, so let's keep going. Oh, sorry guys, I messed up. Both of them should be down here. I don't know if they're worse than the Ring of Fire, bro. I think not. So let's keep them over here, and the Summon Phoenix also here. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Now we get to my favorite towers in the game, and they go back to back. But first, the Fortu Village, the energy beacon. So it buffs all the towers in its radius, giving them camo detection, more pierce, increased radio, increased attack speed, 50% more money per balloon popped, ability cooldowns reduced by 30 or I think even 40%, and last but not least, it has an energy beacon that works almost exactly as the Inferno Tower from Clash of Clans. It can pop ceramics relatively fast and does good enough damage to mobs. It is definitely a support tower as well, but it is 100% S tier. And yeah, I'll try to move all of them because I actually love the villages. Both of them. They're gonna be back to back here in the S tier. I mean, they're just so OP. It buffs the crap out of all of the towers in the game, making even the turbocharge viable late game. Now the MIB. It allows every tower to pop any balloon type, except for glues to mobs, and also gives an ability that increases all stats of towers in its radius for 10 seconds, which is a game changer. I always place both villages close to each other so they have the best effect on my towers. It is another S tier for me, even though it has no popping tower, but buffs the hell out of everyone else. So yeah, they go back to back. I mean, they're probably at the same level for me. So yeah, let's keep them that way. Okay, I'd say we can just place both farms in S tier already and move on, right? Especially if you play unpoppable, you need the income. BIA for early game, research facility late game. The big one. Oh god, I love the concept of the motors, but hate the manual targeting. The big one can pop 3 layers at once, but as I mentioned before, the targeting sucks. You need a lot of microing, and it's annoying. Also, it doesn't shoot that fast. So for me, this one is an F tier, without any specialist buildings. Also because it doesn't have camo detection, which brings us to its counterpart. The artillery battery. This one is D tier for me, only because it shoots way faster, decamos balloons, and has that stalling ability, which is perfect for support. Also, targeting still sucks, but having that decamo explosion is pretty much OP if you're not going for villages or meerkats. I should get the artillery battery all the way to the top here in D tier, just because of that stalling ability and the decamo aspect of the tower. The Ray of Doom. Infinite Pierce detects all balloon types, but wait, it is over 50k? Bro, fuck that. It isn't that good against Moab class balloons, so yeah, why bother? If you get a lot, and I mean a lot of them, it is fine, but you basically need to be microing so it doesn't shoot the air. Let's say high E tier, a BFB. So we should be good against this. Of course we aren't. Yeah, you need to get a lot of them. I'm gonna try that right now. Okay, so now we have 5 Rays of Doom. Let's send a Moab. It will shred it instantly. Okay, let's send a BFB. Okay, and let's send a COMG. It's sped up, so yeah. Okay, we're kind of shredding right now. BFBs, Moabs. We leaked just a bit, but I mean 5 of them by 50k. I mean even more than 50k because you need all the other upgrades. So yeah, not worth it in my opinion. I'll get it. Of course it's better than the turbocharge. Now the balloon area denial system, also known as BATS, I think. I kinda like it more, although it can be worse, but isn't great against Moabs either. There is a lot of wasted missiles that fly past them. Good for ceramics and group balloons towards the front of the map though, which could be really useful in a map like Archipelago. It shoots 3 missiles at a time in a cone formation, and each missile explodes, giving more popping power. So yeah, we shred through ceramics, but keep in mind we have to keep microing it. But let's send a BFB, speed it up. We still are taking advantage of all the missiles right here. As soon as they get past this, well, we're pretty much screwed. Let's see how it does against the COMB. Okay, we're still hitting it with the 3 missiles. We're probably going to be able to pop it to the BFB layers. Doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, I don't think so. And as you can see, there are wasted missiles on the screen. Yeah, no way, man. It also has an ability, but it flies under the radar for me. I'll place it D tier, just slightly better than the Ray of Doom, due to price. Spike factories are really fun, and both bots are viable. They're extremely OP because they're not as expensive either. I mean, the 4-2 is kind of expensive, so let's start with that one. The spiked mines. It lays spiked explosive mines on the track, exploding what the spikes are all used, giving a little bit more popping power and setting balloons on fire. Good to place it all the way on the back of the track and or probably in the middle. This upgrade is way better against ceramics, although it can pop Moabs and BFBs too. So let's send the Moab right here. Okay, and let's wait a bit until we send the BFB. As you can see, we're almost left with no mines at all. It can defend a CMG alone, but it does make a lot of work. I'll have to put it in A tier only because it is an expensive upgrade. It works really well as a backup plan. If you leak a bit, it can probably stop you from dying. Yeah, let's just place it right after the Spectre. Moving on, we have the 2-4. It's better against all Moab class balloons, and you could place this one at the front of the map, and it also has a Spike Storm ability, which covers the entire track with spikes. White hot spikes, that is. And you could even micro the ability if needed. The spikes will strike while flying, which is awesome because they don't need to be in front of the Moab. So let's send the Moab and look at this Spike Storm. As you can see, it hits when they're flying. Also, let's see how it defends against the BFB without the ability. I'm pretty sure we can't defend against the CMG, but let's try it anyway. So here it comes, and let's Spike Storm. Okay, doesn't look like it yet. And yeah, I'll probably need 2 abilities. So I'll show you how the microing actually works with this one. Okay, let's send a CMG, and it's not gonna be fast forward. Okay, let's Spike Storm and sell it. Then again. Just a quick tip, you should always upgrade both sides when microing, because if you don't, you will have normal spikes. You won't even have the bigger stacks. So yeah, make sure you go for the 2-4 upgrade so it actually does some work, because if you don't, well, you're gonna struggle and it probably won't do anything at all. Like, yeah. Just remember, if you need to micro it, just get the 2-4. So I think that's probably it. Well, we leaked a bit. I could have done it one more time, but I didn't because I thought we had it. But okay, doesn't really matter. And just to show you how this works, let me get the ability and look at the spikes here. So they're way less and they're not white hot. So yeah. You should always get the 2-4 while microing. I'll give it S tier because it's way cheaper and more viable late game. It's almost 7k cheaper. Probably right at the end of S tier actually. Yeah, I'll get it A tier, but it's gonna be better than the spiked mines. Wait, I didn't do the heli? Okay guys, so I actually forgot about this tower. Well, I didn't forget, I just didn't write it in my script. So this is gonna come up from the top of my mind, if that makes sense. The 4-2 heli, it's the Apache helicopter. It has a lot of popping power, like really a lot. Like it's kind of overpowered in my opinion. It shoots missiles and also has like a Darling gun in the front, which shoots extremely fast. Also, you can pop camo and LEDs with those. I mean, instead of the missiles, you can pop LEDs and, well, any kind of balloon with the razors, with the razor blades. And yeah, it shreds against literally everything. Let's send a lot of ceramics and look at that. So the missiles actually have a longer range. As you can see, I'm gonna send some ceramics. It's gonna start shooting like right when they reach the middle of the map, and then it has the quad darts and the darting gun right in the center. This is a great tower for Moabs too. As you can see, if we get to the front, look at those darts. Like it has quad darts and also the dartling gun right in the middle. And let me show you how it does with those razor blades. It also pops like everything it touches, so that's nice. This is a 22k plus upgrade, and yeah, I think it's totally worth it. You can also set it on pursuit. Well, it has a lot of targeting, so you can lock it in place. You can set it on pursuit, as I said, which it will follow the balloons around. It's not as recommended, I think, because it actually doesn't make any use of that razor blades. So yeah, let's see how it does against a freaking BFB. Okay, let's make use of those razor blades. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. There we freaking go. I'm pretty sure it can also defend a CMG, but let's just try it. Okay, I will speed it up, and yeah, let's make use of those razor blades. Look at all those darts, man, like there are a lot. I'm following it with my fingers, so yeah, I don't really use pursuit that much, only when I'm lazy. And as you can see, we licked a little bit, just a bit, a couple of mobs, but it's pretty amazing what it can do, like on its own. So yeah, let's move on to the next heli. So we got the support Chinook. I hope I'm saying that right. Please don't butcher me in the comments. It has quad darts. It can also be set on pursuit, but I would recommend actually to lock it in place, probably like at the end, or like at some major place, like right here could be nice, because it has the downdraft, and what it does is send balloons back. It can send them back, and it can be really useful in some situations, but as you can see, it leaks. Also has quad darts, so yeah. Now let's talk about the ability. The ability drops a crate. The first crate it drops is... oh, I missed it. Now the first crate it drops, it has bananas inside. So as you can see, I think it goes from 1500 to 2k. I'm not really sure. As soon as you get the ability back, it drops lives. As you can see, we're in sandbox mode, so it doesn't show how many lives, but you actually get a lot of lives with this. So yeah, pretty good. I think the Apache is gonna be probably better than the Spectre for me. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the right place for it. Okay, now the 2-4. I didn't mention this, but you can also move towers around, so like a super monkey, and it also has a cooldown, so yeah, just be aware of that. It can be pretty useful, I guess. I don't really use that. I think this one is actually like a B tier. I mean, the lives are really useful, especially in Odyssey, where you can pretty much get infinite lives. So yeah, and I think it's way better than this wizard. Moving on to one of my favorites, the engineer. First up, the balloon trap for 2 engineer, or for 1, as I will mention later. It sets a trap on the track, and you can sell it when it fills up. It'll give you more money depending on the balloon that it traps. Say a ceramic will be worth more than a pink balloon. It also spawns sentry turrets extremely fast, and 5 at maximum, and drops cleansing foam that removes lead and camo from balloons. The most effective way to use this is in a corner where it only reaches a single part of the map, as you're seeing right now, and probably stay with a 4-1 AG, since more range can actually fuck up the balloon trap placement. So let's see, let's send a couple of ceramics and just look at that. It sells for almost 700, but as you can see, we're leaking all those. I'm not sure how much they can trap, and also the 9-inch nails actually help a lot. So yeah, you should get that, but not the large service, because as you can see, it reaches all the way. Let me get another engine. It reaches all the way here, so it can actually get the trap there and not here as you want it. I mean, in this map there's not so much of a problem, but in other maps you should actually check that out. Overall, I'll give it a B tier. It works really well early game and can make you a lot of money if used correctly. Never forget to collect the trap ASAP, because if you don't, it'll give you less money. Let's get that bad boy to B tier. So I'll get it right here, right after the 2-4 heli. Now the 2-4 NG is, well, a tower you should only use for support. It brings the overclock ability, and it is extremely OP. It boosts a selected tower for 60 seconds straight, and it is a must when playing late game. Boosting your temple is just something else. And you should just buy a 0-4 so the sentries don't become annoying and mess up your overclock. It has happened to me a lot of times actually. I'll give it C tier just because it has almost 0 popping power late game, but the ability makes up for it. It actually makes it so the sentries shoot a little bit faster, but I mean, it's not that worth it. So I'm sending just reds right here. So I'll send ceramics, and yeah, it's garbage right now. It has 0 popping power whatsoever. Okay, so we have our temple here, and you can get it anywhere on the map. I'll get it right in the corner. And as I mentioned, you should only go for the 004. It's not worth it to go for the sentry guns. So let's see, a CMG. Okay, probably went like right here, right? So let's boost it now. So here we go. Let's send this CMG and let's overclock it. So you can see it's shooting a lot faster, and let's see how it does. Yeah, so like right here was the max, right? And the other one went all the way up here. So yeah, as you can see, it's extremely viable late game, and you should totally get it, but only the 04. As I said, it's gonna be C tier, but it's gonna be better than both of my C tier towers at the moment, just because of that ability. Like, moving on to the super wide funnel balloon chipper. Just wow. It has Stallion and Moab popping power for barely 5k. It can suck up CMGs and literally destroy them in seconds. This tower should be placed in the front of the map, and it is literally OP. The CMGs don't stand a chance against it. Really good early and late game, as it can detect LEDs. Just an awesome tower that I'll have to put it on S tier right away. It is also extremely cheap and extreme power. It sucks that they made the one in BTD battles only catch BFBs, but it actually is a balanced tower now. It was like 2 years ago probably. Let's see how it does against a single CMG. Oh shit, I messed up. Okay, I'll just buy another one right here. There we go. It should be set to strong, and let's speed it up a bit so it can be annoying. So as you can see, of course we're leaking Moabs because we only have one of them. Well, you should have way more and even have more towers, of course. So yeah, but as you can see, it can pretty much pop a CMG on its own. Amazing to me. Pretty much OP anyway. So yeah, super viable. It's an S tier for me. And yeah, it will go all the way back on the S tier. Now the second path of the balloon chipper, the Superback. Well, I don't really know how I feel about this one. I mean, I like it. It has triple barrels. In theory, it would be a good tower. Oh, come on, Siri came up. Shut up. Shut up. God damn. The sad part is that it doesn't do any sort of damage to a Moab class balloons, and the ability only styles regular balloons, unlike BTD battles where it can style Moabs and BFBs too. So yeah, if it could style Moabs, it'd be ranked higher, but as it is right now, I have to give it an E tier, probably even F tier. I'll give it E, only because the ability is cheap and effective against round 63 and 76. It is a low E tier though. So let's just see how it works. I'll send a lot of ceramics, and as soon as we get here, I'm gonna use the ability. And yeah, it brings all of those ceramics right there, but it doesn't do a lot of damage to them. And yeah, as you can see, we probably leaked like all of them. To be honest, it doesn't do shit. So yeah, I'll probably place it like right after the balloon impact. It's not a good tower at all. We've reached the last tower in the game, the Monkey Submarine. Both paths are really effective, and placed together can do wonders. But let's start with the Plutonium Reactor. This 4-2 sub has a submerged targeting mode that not only detects camo, but decamos balloons that go through its radar. It also pops balloons and reduces all water tower ability cooldowns by 15%. It has to be placed in a strategic place on the map, preferably in the front, so we can actually decamo all balloons for the towers in the back, if those have no camo detection, that is. This one is also way better in BTD battles, but extremely effective anyway. Something I really like about these subs is that it could basically have infinite range if you get other towers in the map, as you should. It's actually submerged right now. Let's send some camo rainbows, I guess, just to make it the same. As you can see, the camos, and it does a lot better. A couple of yellows and some greens too. Let's see if we can pop them. Okay, didn't pop any of them at the end right there, but let's see these. Okay, so all the greens went to blues, so that's pretty cool. And of course it sucks against ceramics. Not even half a layer. Let's see how it does right here. Yeah, it's not even half the layer. You shouldn't get this for ceramics, but it's a great support tower. It's an A tier for me, actually. The first strike capability. In the third upgrade, you get a missile that seeks balloons anywhere on the screen. It does more damage to Moabs and ceramics, which is really cool, but then you add its ability with the X4 sub, and it figuratively breaks the game. When activated, it strikes a large missile to the biggest balloon on the screen, one-shotting a freaking CMG. How much cooler can it get? Great for group CMGs as well, just requiring a little bit of micro. but not too much. It started S tier for me, no cap. Go for this one over here so you can see. I'm only gonna show you the 2-3 so you can see how the missile actually seeks like infinite range missile. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it can pop ceramics pretty well, but of course as it is an explosive, it can't pop zebras or blacks. The first strike capability, let's send a CMG, just one, and let's use it right freaking now. Yeah, it's pretty much OP, guys. Pretty much S tier. I have to place it right after the Sabo, so yeah, I'm gonna move. Well, there you have it. My tier list of the best and the worst towers in BTD5. I hope you guys liked it. It was extremely hard to make this video. And remember, these are my opinions only. Make sure to disagree with me and tell me what you think in the comments. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, like that smash button and subscribe too. It will really mean the world to me. But yeah, I'm pretty confident about this list and I hope you liked it. I hope it works for someone who is just starting this game. I mean, it's like a 10-year-old game or something, but I really like throwbacks, so that's why I keep playing it. And it's actually one of my favorite games. So yeah, I hope you liked it. And see you guys later, and take care, guys.